morning, everyone. Yesterday we started a series on crisis, and we said you have a crisis when something unexpected, something you did not prepare for, something happens, and we sort of veered into leadership and government and politics yesterday, and we said in times of crisis like this, the substance of what you are really shows up, what you are made of. And we said that for periods of crisis, we really need to be prepared ahead of time. We likened it to the crisis our nation, our world is facing now, and the various reactions of the various governments and leaders, and the difference between true leaders and leaders who just found themselves there. So we said it's critical that when we think of choosing leaders, we look into the future to days like this when crisis will happen. The kind of person we put in leadership over us, the kind of people we elect into government, the kind of people that we hand over the oversight of our lives, of our businesses, of things that relate to us, the kind of people that we hand that oversight to. Are they people that have the substance? Are they made of the substance that can lead us through a crisis period? And we said that the foundation is critical. The foundation is the substance on which anything else can be built. And if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? So right now I wanted to invite as many people as possible. I will hold a watch party. I want to talk about something very, very important today. And I do want you to respond back to me. I really want you to respond back to me. This discussion might actually extend till tomorrow. I tried to get away from it, but I just couldn't. I tried to think of other things to talk about this morning, but I just could not pull myself away from this. And I feel strongly that this might be critical to somebody's life and safety. So please go ahead, call up your friends right now, invite them, get all your contacts, get them on to Facebook Live Reflections with Funmi Obilana, because as I said, we have something very, very important to talk about, and it has to do with the issue of crisis. Something that some of us may be experiencing right now, or there may be somebody who is close to us that is experiencing it, or there may be somebody that we know and we have a sense that they may be experiencing it. So please go ahead and invite somebody so that we can talk about this. I want to talk to us today about what goes on behind our closed doors. What goes on behind our closed doors. And for many of us, for some of us, this crisis time has been a time of rest, where we have been able to retreat and actually, finally rest. We have not been able to travel, we have not been able to go out, we have not been able to socialize, we have not been able to go to the mall, even when we don't have anything to buy there. So we have been restricted, we have been shut down, and it has effectively compelled us to a time of just resting our bodies, resting our minds, and helping us to focus on some things that are truly, truly important. So for some of us, it has been a positive time. I was listening to somebody yesterday. He's an evangelist who travels a lot. He's already, I believe, in his 60s, and he said, I have never in my life, and certainly not in the last 40 years of my life, had a time, and I think this was recorded probably about 2-3 weeks ago. He doesn't live in this country, he lives in the UK. And he said, I've never rested like I have in this last 2 weeks. By now he must be in his 5th week of rest. And he said, it's been a time of, he said, I've been sleeping 7, 8, 9, 10 hours if I want to. He said, that has never ever happened. So for some people, it's a positive time. It's a time to rest. It's a time to shut down. It's a time to retreat. But there are other people out there who this season is actually showing what their home environment, what the substance is made of. Remember yesterday I said, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? If the foundation is not right, when a crisis hits, everything scatters because the foundation is not right. So for some people who are home right now, the foundation is not right. And therefore, instead of this time being a time to, to sort of focus on things that may help for their future, they are actually fighting for their emotional, their mental, their physical stability and their safety. They are actually fighting for their life because the enemy they have is not out there on the street. It's not just the coronavirus. The enemy they have is right in-house with them. The enemy they have is an abuser, is a violent person, is somebody who is abusing them physically, somebody who is abusing them sexually, someone who is abusing them emotionally, someone who is abusing them mentally. So they are having a crisis in their home right now. And the places they used to be able to escape to, they cannot escape anymore. Because before this, they probably will go to work, or the abuser will go to work. They probably could go to church, and the abuser will go to church. So for some people right now, there is no hiding place from the horror that they have had to live with in their homes, and they have not been able to escape. They have had no breathing space. It has been 24/7 for the last few weeks with the person they hate most to be with. And when we talk about abuse, when we talk about sexual abuse, when we talk about physical abuse, sometimes we think it's only women. Men are also being abused. They are being abused by the females in their life. They are wives. If you are being abused, whether it's a mental abuse, whether it's a physical abuse, whether it's a sexual abuse, please, you do not have to remain in that situation. This is the time for you to think about what you want to do with your life and do something. You have to do something. And if you know anyone who at this time is going through this kind of horror, it behoves you. If you have a relation, if you have a friend, do something for them. Because most times the victims, the prey of this kind of situations are helpless. They cannot help themselves. They feel hopeless. They feel abandoned. They already feel worthless. If you turn your Bible to 2 Samuel chapter 13, 2 Samuel chapter 13, it's the story of Ammon and Tamar. Amnon was the son of David. David, that great psalmist, that great man of God. God said that David was his friend. That great king, that wonderful psalmist that we all love, Psalm 91, which we all read every day now, was written by him. All the Psalms, Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd. This wonderful man who had a heart for God was the father of Amnon and the father of Tamar. the one who was supposed to succeed his father on the throne. He was the first son. But Amnon had a problem. He had an eye for the ladies. He had a sexual urge that he could not control. Unfortunately, it wasn't just about ladies anywhere. It was also about a lady in his father's house, his own very sister. His own sister. He was so obsessed with his sister, he could not get his sister out of his mind. And one day he told his father, he said, I want my sister to come and visit me. Now, you know, the king's palace, there were many rooms, there were many houses in the compound. You know, everyone had their own apartment. And he had to ask his father's permission, can my sister come and visit me? I want her to make me some bread. Some bread. And the father said, all right, she's your sister. And we are told in 2 Samuel chapter 13, then Amnon said to Tamar, first Amnon said to Tamar, let me start from verse 9. Verse 9. So Amnon took the pan and placed them out before him. That she had already baked the bread. And she now set the table for him. Then Amnon said to Tamar, bring the food into my bedroom, that I may eat from your hand. And Tamar took the cakes which she had made and brought them to Amnon, her brother, in the bedroom. Now, before he told her, bring it into my bedroom, he first got rid of everyone there. Have everyone go out from me. And everybody went out. And it was Tamar alone left. And he said, Tamar, bring the food into my room. Tamar too innocently took the food into her brother's room. We must teach our young ones to be smart. It doesn't matter whether it's their brother or their uncle or you have relations in the house, you have children in the house, you have to watch them. Brothers are sleeping with their sisters, sisters are sleeping with their brothers. Fathers are sleeping with their daughters. Grandfathers are sleeping with their granddaughters. But she answered, no, my brother, do not force me. No such thing should be done in Israel. Don't do this disgraceful thing. But he forced her. And the father learnt about it. David learnt about it, and David did not do anything. And murder happened because of it. Families were destroyed because of this. If you are listening to me this morning, it doesn't matter who is abusing who. Get out of that situation. If you have a minor in the house who is being abused, it does not matter if the abuser is the brother, is the father, is the grandfather, is the uncle. It does not matter who it is. Get your child out of that environment. Get out. Get out. There's a destiny in the life of that child, of that young adult, of that now adult. Some people have been abused all their lives. Now they are adults, they are still being abused. It's not too late. Get out. A time of crisis like this shows to us the things that are important. How long are you going to be in that situation? If you know anybody in that situation, help them to get out. I had a situation where I had to say to that person, I'm taking you out of this situation. And if you decide to go back there, I will come with you. The three of us will die together. You and I and your abuser. I'm not going to leave you there. continue tomorrow. But I guess by now you already know how passionate I am about this. You now know how passionate I am about this. Save your life. Save somebody's life. If you know anyone in this situation, please don't leave them there. Many years ago, I got to work one day. I saw some flowers. I love flowers on my colleague's table. I said, I love your flowers. What are you celebrating today? She said, I'm not celebrating anything. She said, my sister was married to somebody who constantly abused her. And she had left a few times. But then finally, one day she went back again. She said while she was sleeping, she said, the husband took a gun and blew out her brains. Are you going to wait until that happens? To you? To somebody you love? To somebody you know? Crisis. If you are shutting, this is the time for you to move. There are resources out there. Reach out to me, call me. It doesn't matter what part of the world you are in. No matter where you are, there are resources out there that can help you. I will go out and make sure I get somebody, no matter where you are. If you have no one around you, and I can assure you, you do have somebody around you if you only reach out. There's hope for you. Believe me. There's hope after abuse. There's hope after abuse. There's a whole beautiful future out there for you. Just come out. Step into the loving arms of the loving Father. A loving God. I'm talking about God, your Father now. Just step out and He will take care of you. He will make a way for you. Be strong, be courageous, be bold. Put an end to that horror in your life and in the life of somebody. Let me have a word of prayer with us this morning. So, Father, we are grateful. Thank you for loving us, our God and our Father. I pray for everyone, Lord, who may be going through abuse. Whatever kind of abuse, whether they are a man, a woman, a child, a boy, a girl. I ask, oh God, that you will give them that courage and that boldness to step out of that situation or to bring to advocate and bring somebody who is in that situation out. Father, Lord, we just want to appreciate you today. And once more, we lift up our families, our nations, our communities, our churches to you. We pray, Lord, that you will preserve lives. Thank you because all the projections that were given about how many people will die, Lord God, you heard our prayer. And those numbers have gone down. But Lord, we are asking you for more. We are asking you for more. Lord, please bring to an end this pandemic. Give our leaders the wisdom to do what is right, to bring this to an end. And Lord, please preserve our lives. Because you say to us that he that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Preserve our lives. Preserve our families. In Jesus' name, amen. Good morning, everyone. This is Funmi Obilana on Reflections. Please, tomorrow, I want to see your comments. And when you are tuning in tomorrow, get yourself a regular size bath towel. We are going to do something nice with our old bath towels tomorrow. Okay? Funmi Obilana Reflections. Have a wonderful day. God bless you.